here to do an aspect read message. All right. Before I even get into the message that I have for you guys today, right? Two things. One thing. Two things. As soon as I came outside, I was just like, let me give me a little bath or not. I was just like, don't be dehydrated. Regular. And then, like, obviously, some guy, he tried to, talk to me. He tried to get my number and stuff, whatever. And I don't be really trying to give out the number. So, like, long story short, I started talking to him, holding a conversation, whatever. He was in his car. If you're involved in the AS class, American Heritage Society class, where we talk about numerology and other things, we also talk about color decoding. So when it comes to one moment, guys. When it comes to the automated dance class that I teach, and color decoding, like I said, the car that the guy was in was the color of white. So white can symbolize holiness. It could symbolize, godliness, angelic beings, things of that nature. So like, I kept in mind when I see his car. Give me something else, but that's for a more in depth class. So I'm listening and talking to him, whatever. I didn't really want to give him my number, but I was like, you know what? Let me not be rude. Let me entertain the conversation just for a little bit, because I gotta come here and do this message. So I'm talking to him, and I'm trying to figure out a way to get him to. That's beside the point. Long story short, I'm talking to him, and then he's just like, he said something to me. I don't know. He said something to me, and I was just like, "Sir, what's your sign?" Because like he was so like when he was talking to me, he was very dominant. Like he had very dominant characteristic, and I was just like, "Ooh," I actually was curious. I'm like, "What's your sign, sir?" And when you start asking people, "Oh, what's your zodiac sign?" It's either one or two reactions. It's either very straightforward, they're gonna tell you what it is, or they hesitate a little bit. He kind of hesitated, like, "Oh my gosh, you one of them, like, you one of them guys," and I'm just like, "No, for real, what's your zodiac sign?" So he hesitated, so he wasn't trying to tell me what his zodiac sign was, and it's not by force. I just wanted to know for my own personal reasons. So he was just like, "Oh, you guess?" So I was like, I don't know if it's relevant to this message, but like the guesses I made was Gemini and Leo because of his characteristics. I'm like, oh, he's very dominant. He not like too spicy, but like he dominant. Like so he was just like, oh, you close. When I thought he said Cancer, I was like, oh, he said Cancer. We both at the same time. We was like. When I was like, I said Leo, he thought I said Cancer, right? And we both was like, yo, hold up, chill out, like, sorry, Cancers, but like, play this, but like, listen, I don't want no Cancer man. Anyways, we were joking about that. He was like, oh, he was close with the first one because I had said Gemini, so I'm like, oh, what's a Gemini? And when he said that, he was like, I gotta remind you guys that he hesitated. He hesitated when I asked him about zodiac sign. But when I doubled back on the conversation and he was like, oh, you was close. When I said Gemini, one moment. He said he was a Libra. I just did a Libra read today, so I was just like, all right, good. So, if you're interested in zodiac readings, I will no longer be doing zodiac readings on this platform. If you would like zodiac readings, you can go on my Instagram. Full readings are on TikTok at MMS7. So, like I was saying with this story time. Ooh. Oh my god, is somebody trying to spook somebody? Like, oh, it's about to be Halloween. Duh. Anyways, y'all be safe out there for real. Stay prayed up. Now, what I noticed was he said, "Oh, you was close," when I said Gemini. So, and then he said he was a Libra, which let me know that he's more into astrology than he let on. And like even with the whole like cancer thing, he was like, I was just like, so you know, like, don't let nobody fool you now. Like, but the only reason I bring this into a story time before I get into the message is because I asked him what his name was. He told me his name was Ali. So immediately I look up what this name means. Aline means it's a Arabic name, and ironically, because you know when you're doing astrology, zodiac reading, stuff like that, sort, even birth charts, it goes back into the Middle Eastern concept of like theology and existence. So when I heard Aline, I'm like, all right, this is a good way to start off the Ask Class message. But I looked it up. The name means all knowing and master of self. That is what the birth charts are made for. That's like made by me. There's a Western and there's a Vedic, and then there's multimedia sevens birth charts. So I just thought that was very interesting to start the message with. All right. Before we get into the Ask Class reading, I don't know, let's do a prayer. I don't know why. I feel it's a real good day. I don't know. Maybe somebody needs this prayer. You guys ready? You ready? All right. God, I thank you for today. I thank you for tomorrow, the next week, the next month, this year, and the year ahead. Continue to protect me, continue to bless me, and guide me in the way that I need to go. Guide me in the way that I need to teach. And God bless my supporters. Psalm 91, of course. May my teachings help others become prosperous. Because me, I am prosperous from within and out. And I shall always receive. Amen. Blessings. All right, so back to, sorry, I ain't mean to clap it all. Ash joke, right? Anyway, the title of this message is Regulation of Powers and DNA Humiliation Rituals. This is a pretty long title. I don't know, maybe I'll shorten it to Regulation of Powers. So, like, real quick, I'll show you what I have. And as you can see, it's triangles there. I'm going to explain. So something about the pyramids are very significant at this time. I actually formulated this message a while ago. And now today, I guess I'm able to talk about this message. So in the first pyramid, on the top is, all right, before I even get to anything. So when we're talking about regulation of powers, right? The overall zodiac placement for this message is in regards to the Aries placement. First and foremost, because using this triangle chart in correlation to the pyramids, in correlation to the Aries placement, talks about Egyptian, and there's a cat. Hello, kitty cat. Oh, yeah. Ain't worried about me. Good. So yeah, we're on the right path. The cats do go into that Egyptology stuff. So like Aries is not only known for entrepreneurship, self-starters, magic, you know, things of that nature, but highly on the magic. But Aries does have to do with business, self-starting though. And that's why the Egyptology and the pyramids go hand in hand into this message, because in my own opinion, I believe that there was help made. Oh, they don't want me to say it. All right, now I'm gonna say it. there was help made in the formation of the Egyptian pyramids, and I feel as though there had to be some sort of magic used to do so. And there's something I found out about that Aries placement that actually makes me feel as though women had a hand to play in building the actual
Yani şu an
pyramids.
benim bak ben şu an var ya. Bak buradaki
On
McDonald's'ta
the
geçiyor
first
orospu
pyramid,
çocukları. Medium dedim ben adamlara. Medium diyorum adamlar bana small boy'u vermiş ama. Small'u kakalamışlar. Buradaki Irvington'daki çalışan da geçer ya orospu çocuk. He. Bu video medium size diyor. Ulan inanmıyorum amına koyayım.
oh wow, that said a lot.
Ya ben biliyorum abi ya. İlk defa değil kaç tane içtim amına koyayım. Medium deyince boyutunu biliyorum.
What? Wow. So on the top of the pyramid, there's Aquarius. On the bottom of the pyramid is the placements of Cancer and Virgo. Now, in this depiction, right? If we're talking about regulation of powers, right? Aries the self-starter, Aries the business. At the top of the pyramid, you have Aquarius, which is not only future reference as to looking into the future, also celebrities. I'm gonna keep it at those two for just now. Celebrities in the future. Then you have Aries, which is
Eğer
the
şu
whole
adam yazsa bari buraya
triangle.
taşıdır. Ben derse ben depozit istemiyorum falan.
which is the whole triangle, meaning for business and the regulation
Keşke
of
ya
power
650
itself.
dolar çok iyi bir rakam o da için. Tek
Cancer
o da.
placements
Büyük değil diyor o da.
is in regards to emotions and the mother figure, right?
Ya
And
çünkü
Virgo is
şeydeki
also
Carlos'taki
what they
ev o
call
da büyük
a
değil
mother
ya.
figure as well. So with that, teaching of celebrities, future predictions, and mothers, and what does that all have to do with one another? Aquarius placements are celebrities, but can also be, even if you watch tarot, for example, and you hear a reading and they're talking about an
Yani
Aquarius
abi
placement,
şimdi maaşım düzenli güzel bir maaş
sometimes
olsa
Aquarius
800
can
lira
talk
veririm,
about
anladın mı?
the future, celebrities, technology, or even children. You understand? So in business, you have certain people, such as Virgo placements, a mother figure, which are referred to as handlers. These handlers, in regards to celebrities in the entertainment business, what they would do is, but that's something different because entertainment business would probably
Yani
be in
şu
regards to Capricorn
restoran işi
placements.
adam derse keşke hani ben alacağım
So
dese kesin.
there's two
Oradan
different
banko
types of
taşınırım
mother
anladın mı?
figures you can have in the entrepreneurship field. Your actual birth mother, a mother figure, male or female, that is going to handle you
Yani
in the
ne olacak ne
industry,
edecek
and
bilmiyorum.
the celebrity themselves. Talking about how you regulate that sort of power using
Yani bura
DNA
beni mahvetti
humiliation
ya
rituals.
vallahi billahi.
Now in the industry,
Bura var ya 6 ayda
we're going to
içine
get
etti
to
yani.
the pyramid 2, which is upside down.
Akşama aldılar. Uykumu
In
alıyorum.
a
Ama
perfect world,
gör
the
ki
Aquarius placement will be on top, the celebrity child, because that's where that phrase comes, children are the future. That's why you see a lot of childhood celebrities are produced in a certain type of way where I don't want to say anything, politically incorrect, but a lot of child stars are prompted to act and move in a certain type of way based on their Virgo placement, their business mother. You can use that relevancy.
ya sen
Ooh! I thought a ninja said something. Y'all see that?
ben de
Oh my god,
uğraşıyorum
I'm film.
anladın mı? Hani
Anyways,
şimdi benim de başka
so
seçeneğim.
like I was saying,
Gönül ister ben de hani
a lot
bir
of
şey yapayım diyecek.
celebrities have their own
Ama şimdi
handlers,
bak
male or female.
Kanka şimdi bak
And
sence ben yanlış mı
it's
düşünüyorum?
more
Bak
in
bana
depth
gerçekten
the earlier
böyle
on
topallamak diye. Ben şimdi
into
burada
the
da kal bak. Hadi
celebrity
gitmedim. Adamlar beni istiyor, ben
encounter, as in
istemiyorum
like
dedim adam.
being a celebrity.
Burada
You have
kaldığımda
the
da benim bir
parent, which is
garantim
the
var mı
mother,
burada?
which is supposed to mother you. Then you have the
Adam hani
industry mother, male or female, to guide you. What happens
evet,
is
evet.
when do or does the parent give all their full rights to a handler?
İşte ben de diyorum.
It shouldn't be happening,
Ha,
but it happens more often than you think.
ben onu söylüyorum hani.
And that is why you
kadar.
see a
Belki
lot
bak,
of
senin
child
dediğin
stars
gibi ben
grow up and
söylüyorum,
they
onun gibi de.
appear to
Ya
act
bu
and look
hani
the
bu
same type
çocuk
of
uyum
way.
sağlayamadı. Bunlarla hep
Because
kavga gürültü
the
çıkarttı.
parental
kavga.
control that was supposed to be there to raise them in a specific industry, the parental rights, they gave it up to a industry parent instead.
Zaten
I was just about to say
yaptıkları
that's when the I was just about to say before that
Anladın mı?
bee
Hani
started buzzing
benim
around.
paramı arttırsalardı,
You can look
ben de şey yapmam.
at that
Kusura
same
bakma, artık bir şey
depiction
söyleyeyim
with
mi?
Chris
Götümü
Jenner
yırtmıyorum, biliyor
and
musun? Ha, story güzel
her
şey
daughters.
yapıyorum yine. Dolduruyorum içecek olursa bilmem ne.
You know,
Ama
I
götümü
recently
yırtmıyorum.
I'm not even gonna get into it.
Oo, kanter
I'm
içinde
not even gonna
kalayım.
get into it.
Bilmem ne yok.
That's how I'm gonna say. And for relevancy's sake,
O devir bitti de ya.
the I don't know if she's the oldest or second oldest. Kourtney Kardashian has recently just, you know, spoke out against her mother because of this particular
Ben sanki
topic we're talking
içeride
about
bak
right
şu
here.
olur bak. Buna sen de kızarsın.
Sometimes
Kızarsın dedim,
things
bağırmazsın da şu olur.
are just
Ben
so wild that it's
içerik
made to be a joke. And it
içeride
could
şu
be
olur,
funny too, but
kendimle
like
ilgili
in
bir
all
iş
seriousness, you
yaparım kanka.
remember
Kişisel,
that
şahsi.
meme. You're doing a great
İşte
job.
hani,
That
kendi
with the
eşyamı
Chris Jenner.
ayarlarım, bilmem ne yaparım. Ha der ki o zaman.
That is
Ha, bu
when
çocuk içeride
the cancer
kendi
placement, the
işini
mother
yapıyor.
figure, then becomes the
Bilmem ne
Virgo
yapıyor.
placement,
Ha işte o zaman
the
anlarım,
manager,
anladın mı?
the
Evet.
momager.
Ama ben şimdi su dolduruyorum diye olay olmasın yani.
Some people can't balance being a parent and the manager of their kids. And that's all right. That's where you hire people to do that
Lan
stuff.
dün oldu işte ya. Ya
Some
öf. İçer
parents
dışarısı
feel more
dolmuş. Ulan
in
ben
control of their
içeri
children
girdiğimde dışarısı
when
bomboştu amına
they
koyayım.
have
Benim ne suçum var
their
yani?
best interests in mind and manage them themselves. But what happens when? Let's go into the next topic. So with the upside down pyramid, right? On the bottom would be Capricorn placements, Pisces placements. Overall, the regulation of power is still Aries placement, and at the bottom will be a Leo placement. I'm gonna tell you why.
Yani bilemezsin.
This is just the parallel
Belki ben
between
internet
what is
şeyden,
it
telefon
supposed to be. The
üzerinden, belki
industry to
bilgisayar
rate a
üzerinden,
celebrity,
belki
you
satış
need
yapıyorum. Belki
you need
freelance
a
çalışamayacağım.
good mother or parental
Nereden biliyorsun?
figure.
Ya
You
bak,
need
rahatsız
somebody
mıyım?
hired, or if you can, do that management skill
Belki gece yapıyorum, sabah millet
to
görsün
make
yani.
sure
Atıyorum.
that the child or the celebrity grows up to do what they're actually supposed to do. But because of the industry, see, the regulation of power starts with at home. If you don't raise your child in the right way, if you don't discipline your child in the right way to know what is wrong or what is right, when they go out into the quote unquote real world and they're faced against certain derogatory, things, they're supposed to be able to know how to function, manage throughout that as they get older, if not have the guidance of somebody. This is where like spiritual teachers come into play too. It matters who you listen to. If you have a parent that is not wise and they give you poor decision making skills, that is what you're going to be unless you break out of that. So now going back into the industry, which is Capricorn, Pisces. So that is the agenda that the industry wants to teach
Yani işte
their celebrities.
sardasın değil mi?
And I wouldn't necessarily teach, kind of
Kahveyi de
brainwash.
aldı. Mis gibi.
So Capricorn is any industry, any career field you want to be in.
Şey,
But because of this reading, we're talking about The Cancer and Virgo placement, the mother, the handler, right?
Biliyorum, biliyorum.
In the industry, your handler is the Capricorn Pisces
Hava da
placement,
şu an mükemmel oldu.
the SEX industry.
Akşam ama soğuyacak dedim.
That's how a lot of people sell their souls.
Abo,
That's
bayağı
how a lot of
soğuk.
people get caught up in a lot of like
Gece
scandalous
2'ye kadar ya.
events. You can see what's going
Abi
on
şuradan
right
şey
now
yapayım, bak sen şunu söyle. Burada kış yani.
with
New
the
York'ta
celebrities
çok
right
soğuk
now. Honestly, like
Bu yüzden şey
all
diyorum.
all these
Bu
tapes
istasyondan
being
çıkayım
played
ya.
and things of that nature. Like, is it cool? No, no. But you can see how a lot of celebrities get blackmailed into things in the future, not realizing at the present when certain things are asked them, being recorded of them,
Bak Junior'da
and
çok
be taken
adi
out of
çıktı.
context sometimes can make them
Yeah.
look bad and used as blackmail. This is how the regulation of power in the industry works with particular celebrities. The reason why I say Leo is at the bottom is because that's what this. If you are supposed to be an Aquarius, Aquarius is already into the future. You're already born knowing like you're going to be a prodigy, you're going to be a star. You already have the
Bak,
gift
bak.
to do so. You already know you're going to be on TV. Things of that, like things of that. Like you already know
Ne kadar
you're going to have a
adiliz.
more
bana
widened,
dedi.
broadened. I want to use the right
Hayır ben
word.
yazmıştım hani. Hayır,
You only have a
hapislik
more
ben dedim
broader,
hani
wider
silah
audience.
taşıdınız falan diye konuştum ya.
Just out the womb.
Yok yani bana yazma. Yok,
And what the
polisler-
industry, particular industries,
polisi aradı.
like to do
Yazmayacak.
is water that down. Pisces placement. Get you focused on low vibing energies. There's nothing wrong with SEX. But promoting it in such a way where children now think it's okay to do the certain things that they're seeing now for people who are in court right
Sen
now
konuşuyorduk ya.
doing.
Hadi.
It's a
Ay şey
shame.
diyorum işte. Yok.
So that regulation of power is keeping the mind low,
Yani yaptığı
but being
gerçekten çok
sexualized
iyi.
a lot. Leo placement is the opposite of Aquarius placement. In the industry, they love Leos. They love Leos a lot because Leo not only is a fire sign in regards to the sun, in regards to melanin, in regards to the entertainment industry, in regards to black people, period. If you are Leo placement, even if you're white, you have some sort of black melanin regards in your genetic. So there's one or two things they will do to keep that regulation of power. If they feel like are easily manipulated. All right, cool. If you are easily manipulated, then that's a better game for multi-billion-dollar companies.
İyi birisi.
If you can use your brain power, the gift that God gave you, and make something of yourself, it gives a particular industry a harder time to navigate. Oh, shoe fly shoe.
Bir de benden para istiyordu. O demek ki 200 alacaktı kanka, cukkalayacaktı.
Also with Leos,
kiralamayacağım da diyor.
If you are a straight man, because Leos also are an embodiment of men, black men at that. How do you dehumanize a black man? You have them change their sexual orientation. Through what? Pisces, pleasure, sex. Oh, excuse me, I don't know if I can say that on here. SEX. Regulation of powers. And where the DNA humiliation ritual come into play is, like I said, example, Kris Jenner. You're doing a good job. Takes a photo. Records her daughter's tape. Helps her put it out to the mass media. Because it's supposed to, like, at least you're gonna get the money and not be so embarrassed. All right, that's what that says her mother. When you don't have a strong backing, whether it's from God or the people around you, you can fall into these so-called traps. authoritative figures are the Aquarius. In regards to these traps, the phrase play silly games, get silly prizes. You can see that going on with P. Diddy right now and what he's going through. All them people that was around him, no one wanted to stand up. Then tapes leak. Wow. Got silly prizes. So they already, at some point, turned that man out. Regulation of power. Based on, what's his zodiac sign? A Scorpio. Scorpios rule, secret groups, occult groups, stuff like that. So he grabbed as many people as he could.
Ben de onu bir şey zannediyordum ya çünkü. Ben de diyorum ki hakikaten
Secretly
iyi
Scorpio.
birisi. Benim için
And
tutuyor falan filan.
had some sort of SEX cult.
Adam kirayı bile verdi.
And when everything was said and done, the industry that same man is in, that he thought he was the Aquarius in, actually turned out that he was the Leo. And they used his own SEX code against him. Leo is a man, Capricorn is a father. The industry fathers Leos. But with the right backing, you can still be in the industry as an Aquarius, a celebrity, leading the future based on how you mother them. See, DNA humiliation rituals is when celebrities have people around them who are supposed to be friends and family, and instead of helping their career in some sort of way or however they're supposed to, they get online and they join in on helping degrade or bash their own people. And now, this in general has nothing to do with any race, actually every race. Like I said, if you don't have the good backing, you don't have a strong mind, and then you feel like people's against you, you can easily fall victim to a terrible situation. Now, while I was talking about this regulation power and DNA humiliation, right? Something told me to talk about the zodiac sign placements. There's 4: earth, water, air, and fire. And I found something really interesting because, with earth signs, right? You think about it, Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn, right? Earth. Not even the zodiac sign itself, but just think about earth. God created earth, right? God provided earth. God provided water. Air in itself, the air you breathe, is a privilege because God made the earth for all human beings, right? And created human beings themselves. So, in the sense of like this regulation of power, when it comes to being here on earth, people shouldn't take it for granted. God assigns a certain design, a certain agenda, a certain way of life for each individual. Especially if you read that birth chart. You read that birth chart, that's a blueprint to your own life individually. Unless, you've had spiritual counsel from, a young age, then you know who you're supposed to be. So you would never take the privilege that God gave you for granted. To be here on this earth breathing and speaking. Earth provides home and shelter. God provides. Water provides resources. I believe it's 70% of water makes up your body. And then you also need water to survive as well as food. On earth, God gave us the food to, take within, and the water is resource as well to make a meal, to live off of. Air
Ha?
is the privilege he gave us to breathe and be on this earth. Then you get to fire signs, right?
Ne yapsın ya? Atsın dediğin yer başka yer.
I saw something really interesting, right? So
Atsın
think about it
kanı.
like this. When it comes to fire signs, right? The Aries placement starts in the month of March. The Sagittarius placement ends in the month of December.
Ya o dediğin manzaralı dediklerim var ya.
March.
Sadece
It
oda
starts
kirası bile
March.
1200 ile 1500 dolar arası. Sadece oda
To
kirası.
March, the word itself means a group of people, right?
O kadar tutamam, o kadar daha var.
Sagittarius is known as the world traveler, the parent, and the teacher. This is also the same time frame in December where people celebrate Christmas and they talk about Christ and things of that sort, right? A teacher, a spiritual teacher. And December being a Sagittarius placement as well talks about travel. But what was very interesting when writing these notes down was that between the month of March and December is 9 months.
Onu senden sonra arayıp soracağım.
And what's 9 months make? A child. What's a child? Aquarius placement.
Oraya bakıyorum.
What's an Aquarius placement? A celebrity. So that just made me think about the story of Adam and Eve. God created the earth in 7 days. He put 2 people there, or 1 woman, 1 man. And then who traveled down to Eve? A snake. Not slithering in her direction. Use the privilege God gave, which is air, to speak. And deceive the lady.
Erkek mi kadın bilmiyorum ama kadın içinmiş. Kadın yazıyor.
I don't know why that happened, but it's just really interesting to me.
Kadın da yazıyor.
Because if you think about it, because Aries in itself and fire signs, it does have to do with chaos magic, right? So like that snake, that serpent in itself, we all know who that person was.
Verilir biliyor musun? Yerler.
I just find it really interesting, you know. I'm really not gonna get into all of this. I really want to speak more on it, but I think this is all you guys need to know for today. All right, that's the message on the regulation of powers and DNA humiliation rituals. Make sure to align yourself with the right people so you don't ever get caught up in no Diddy situation.
Öyle zaten.
All right, that's the message. Be blessed.
Altında bazo da vardı. Ben burada işte götürmeyeceğim yatağımdan.